The Cincinnati Bengals are just a real-life tire fire. This has gotten to the point where it is just pure insanity, and the reasoning why I am so out on the Cincinnati Bengals this year, I don't expect them to make a Super Bowl run. I don't expect them to make a deep playoff run. I don't expect them to win their own division. Noisy off seasons almost always lead to disappointing regular seasons. And what we're seeing from the Cincinnati Bengals is just pure dysfunction, loud, and noisiness. T. Higgins wants a new contract. He ain't getting that. A depleted defense that doesn't have the stars it used to, those guys are gone. Jamar Chase now still has barely practiced with the Cincinnati Bengals. Showed up to practice yesterday, and now there's a report that if he plays, he's going to be limited, and only if he wants to show up and dress out for the Cincinnati Bengals. This is what poor ownership does to a franchise. There's no reason not to pay Jamar Chase. The market has been set. Justin Jefferson has been paid. Brandon Ayuk has been paid. CeeDee Lamb has been paid. At this point, it's blank or get off the pot if you're the Cincinnati Bengals owner. It's blank or get off the pot if you're the Cincinnati Bengals front office. You know what Jamar Chase wants to be paid. You know what the market has said Jamar Chase is worth. And that's about near what Justin Jefferson is getting paid. It's what I don't understand. This is a distraction that could be avoided if you are the Cincinnati Bengals. You don't have to deal with this. You don't have to wonder if your star wide receiver is going to be there. And now you are potentially taking a game against the New England Patriots that should be a gimme at home. Guys like T. Higgins might not play. He's got a hamstring issue. And now Jamar Chase might not be there. Which, by the way, this offense is also ruling out a running back. This team has clear dysfunction. And it's why I'm just out on the Cincinnati Bengals. You have all these pieces that you're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Jamar Chase potentially won't be there. T. Higgins has a hamstring injury. Joe Mixon is not there anymore. And it's all due to the instability and the ridiculousness and the dysfunction of the Cincinnati Bengals front office. You paid Joe Burrow. Why wouldn't you pair Joe Burrow up with Jamar Chase for years to come in a league that is increasingly moving closer to offense? It doesn't make any sense. There's no one else that needs to be paid on this team. It's either blank or get off the pot. And this is what bad ownership does to a team. It allows for a team that should have no distractions, no dysfunction, to basically be the opposite of that when you don't avoid these problems. And it's why the Cincinnati Bengals are not going to be great this year. It's why the Cincinnati Bengals are going to be disappointing. And then you have on the horizon not just the Jamar Chase issue, not just the T. Higgins issue, not just the fact that you have a brand new running back as well as Joe Mixon's walked out that door. You have the lingering Joe Burrow issue. Joe Burrow has never had a full training camp. Remember, he had the appendicitis one year. One year he got injured. The other year, torn ACL. He's never had a full off season with training camp. And now he's finally getting one. And Jamar Chase isn't there. It's craziness. It's stuff that can be avoided. The Cincinnati Bengals will probably win on Sunday because it's New England Patriots and they're awful. But this kind of dysfunction is what's going to keep them out of the playoffs. This kind of dysfunction is what's going to stop a team that should be contending into then having a very disappointing season. You know what the market is for Jamar Chase. You're either going to pay him or you're not. But do it or don't already. Make your intentions clear. Brandon Ayuk has an extension. CeeDee Lamb has an extension. Justin Jefferson has an extension. There's no more reason anymore for the Cincinnati Bengals to be having this much noise and this much dysfunction coming out of a locker room. And it's exactly why this team is going to be worse than you think this year, not better.